Welcome back. You're now tuning to the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws in the building. We got D, we got Aaron in the building, rocking out. You already know we got a lot of stuff on tap. We got the show lineup. We're gonna get into some Kwame Brown. Got the question of the day, NBA matchups and playoffs, NFL news. We're gonna get to the whole gamut of topics. But for starters, we got our question of the day. Question of the day comes in. It says, for the last few weeks, an old man around 65 years old has been going to where my girlfriend 20 works, Dunkin' Donuts, and gives her expensive jewelry. The first thing he gave her was a diamond necklace. Then a week later, he gave her a $300 uh, gift card. Then another week later, he gave her a $4,000 earrings with the receipt through the drive-through window. She said he's never asked her for anything or even been weird at all. I don't think it's very normal for someone to give a random girl thousands of dollars in presents and jewelry. And I don't know how to honestly feel about it because usually when men do that kind of stuff, they're trying to get something out of it. But from what she's told me, he's just a nice guy. I've met a lot of super nice guys, and they've never given me almost 5 grand in presents. What should I do? What's going on right here?
First of all, okay, to answer what you about to say, what's going on? Guys that she's used to being around, nice guys, okay, are not giving her those type of gifts because they don't have that type of money. When you 65, you done, bro. You probably on the verge of
Yo, he
retirement.
got he
You
got
got
to
It is.
he retired. He
No,
already
that,
retired.
that
That's
other retirement he talking about.
right. He got the money for this. You know what I'm saying? You got all that money in the storehouse. You built that thing up. You got your job. You probably left on the because when you're at that age, you live at the top of your profession. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. So he got money to spend, and he ain't got nobody to
dog.
spend it on, bro.
Dunkin' Donuts drive-through window, youngin.
But the
I
old
mean, we
heads like
seen it
this,
happen. We seen it happen though before at the Hooters, where the Bama's be giving the
Yeah.
big gifts.
but they move around in the daytime. Like the senior citizens, from like 11 a.m. to like 3 p.m. They
Mm-hmm.
be on the move. They in restaurants eating out, whether it be solo or whatever, flirting with all the young girls that work at different places. From 11 a.m. to 3, I'm telling you, dog. She might remind him of his daughter. You don't know what's going on. Or he might think she cute. But like Joffin said, he got all this income that he not going to be able to spend before he kick the bucket. So he out here just living. Dog.
Just giving it all away, dog. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Yeah, I mean, Germ say that's not your girl no more. She getting the bread from Slim. I don't know. I mean, listen, bro. I mean, I'ma say this: ain't nobody giving no youngin nothing without expectations of something in return, dog.
Is that a fact?
Nothing is for free. Nothing. So he trying to get a back rub, a foot rub, something, a hot coffee, free food. I don't know what he trying to get.
He don't need
I
free
got some
food.
ideas,
He don't need
but
coffee.
but if he giving up 4K, and now we not talking about video cameras, you already know what time it is.
So the question is,
So
where do they live? Because 4K in one area might be a lot of money. Depending on where you are, if she working in Bethesda or Chevy Chase, something like that, Bama's out there, especially 65, 70, they might have $5, $6 million in 5 years to live. So they're not gonna burn through that bread. So that might like be like you giving somebody something for $300 or $200.
mhm. Yeah, it could be, but still, that's a lot of bread to give to somebody working Dunkin' Donuts through the drive-through.
For sure. And to have
I
your
ain't never. I worked in 5-star restaurants and never got a tip over 200.
You don't have
Remove ya.
there it is.
Okay, yeah. I get. Listen, Junk crazy to me, but bro, I mean, look. I mean, if a youngin is telling you what he's buying her, and you get it, I mean, y'all can split the junk down. I mean, she keeping it.
That's what I'm saying. She ain't turn it
I'm
away.
going.
She ain't say she
I'm
turned it
going.
away.
If
I'm
she
saying
working at
she
Dunkin' Donuts,
rocking.
she can't.
No, I'm saying you don't gotta turn it away. I'm saying go ahead, go up
The
to
pawn
the
shop.
Pawns R Us. Go ahead and do that. He gave the youngin the receipt with the demonstration. So you ain't even gotta go to Pawns R Us. You can go
Nah.
back up to Macy's or wherever Slim got the jump from and go ahead cash out.
They gonna
Go
put
to
it back on
Chuck
the
E.
card. They
Cheese,
not giving her the
Sizzler.
cash. That joint going back on the transaction card.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're not gonna give you cash for that type of transaction. You got to bite the bullet on that jump. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, listen. How long you think she gonna keep taking the gifts before she feel obligated to take a ride in the Cadillac with Main Man?
Your rents due.
You know what I'm saying? Next thing he gonna be like, "Hey, can you come with me? I'm going to such and such." Because he done gave her 5K, 6K, she gonna feel obligated. You can't say no because he paid for you to go.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
typically that stuff has strings attached to them. You ain't like,
everything got a string, though. And this one got the military rope joint. The joint that the Bama's be climbing. This joint
that
is
three-stranded joint, three
three
strand,
strand. Yeah.
three.
You already know. You not getting out of this one. He done put you in a super web right there.
So what's the
Uh,
solution?
what do you mean what the solution is?
Right.
He
You
asking you
start
what should he do?
Right.
you need to start looking for a new youngin, dog. You need to start looking for a new youngin because it's going to end bad, dog. Because I mean, what you gonna tell her? Don't accept no more gifts.
Can you tell her not to accept something that you can't afford to give her?
Then you better start looking for a new Dunkin' Donuts youngin or something. I mean,
He could be, listen, he could just, hey, maybe he's just lonely. Maybe he just wants the attention of somebody that's young and
who the old
attractive.
man, the
Yeah.
65 man?
Yeah. Sometimes just having the presence of somebody young and attractive can be
Dog,
enough.
but he don't even have her presence, D. He going to the Dunkin' Donut to see Slim.
He got
It's
to,
not like she a server at a restaurant where she can come to the table. Cause them my old creepy bammers at Hooters, they be hugging the youngins and everything. They be
but this is the
it's
thing though, $4,000, that's probably like a week's worth wage right there.
a week. That's more than a week at Dunkin' Donuts.
But that's what I'm saying. Plus,
That's 3 months. That's 2
That's
months.
3 months, dog. That's
with that,
at
but
least 3 months.
yeah, after and that's before taxes. So I'm just saying, like, look,
Yeah, she can't turn that down. Y'all just got to figure that part out. Like, what's the split going to be? 60-40, 70-30?
Yeah.
But she can't turn that down.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You almost obligated to take half just to make sure that
That's going to be her test for you, though. If you take half, she going to feel like she got the right to go ahead and do whatever main man cash her in on. So you can't, if you take $1, she going to feel
this
like
joint
justified.
all bad, dog. This joint all bad. Get out of there, bro. Get out. What was that movie? It was a movie where the Bama came and was like, he like offered the Bama like 20K to
Indecent
like
proposal,
be with
$1
his
million.
and decent
Yeah.
yeah. Bro, this sounds like one of them slow burn and decent proposals coming down the way.
That's so
Yeah,
disrespectful.
So disrespectful, dog. And then I feel and the thing is, it's not really a real true threat. You don't see it as a true threat because main man 65.
Right.
You gonna have to just square up with Bam in the parking lot, dog, and just finish him, dog, and get him up out of there. Cause it's gonna be all bad by the time this junk get to the end. Dog. So other day, I'm out on the golf course. Shout out to my man Brian. Shout out my man Kenrick and who else was it? My man Bun. Shout out to them. We out there playing a cool 18 like we do. And so we start talking about the Kwame Brown situation, right? Because everybody know Kwame Brown been going hamburger, no cheese. The Bama is my favorite athlete off break for the like he done made Charlemagne the God apologize for talking about his family. He done slandered. He done coined the phrase "Becky with the good hair" for Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes can't get away from that no more. Like that's his new nickname.
He lucky he's not in the league no more because the fans would have been on his neck with that.
On his neck. And if he played Kevin Garnett, he the biggest trash talker. He would have been calling him that in the game, all that stuff. But essentially, Kwame Brown just basically he said so much stuff that I can't even repeat it. It's OC. But it got us to start thinking about, is he truly a bust by basketball standards? So I'm looking back at the whole, I'm like, let me go back and look at the numbers and do the whole situation. 2001 draft. I'm gonna take y'all back to the 2001 draft. I was just going to college.
With the first pick in the 2001 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Kwame Brown from Lynn Academy, Brunswick, Georgia.
Dog, Kwame Brown went number 1 in the 2001 draft. Which I don't see out of that video is right after that, they had Michael Jordan there. They talking to Mike, asking him about the pick. He's telling him he's a good pick and this, and that. And then, the commentator makes a joke like, you trying to get Charles to play with you? Because Charles was doing commentary back then in 2001. And it was just interesting to see. And I was like, yeah, is he a bust? Or did he just not live up to the expectations? So I went and I pulled the numbers. We're going to look at the numbers. His first season in Washington, the Bama averaged 4.5. How many rebounds? 3.5 rebounds? That's not enough. Second year, 7.4 points a game, 5 rebounds. Third year, 10 points a game, 5 rebounds, or 7 rebounds. I'm sorry. 7 and 3, 7 and 4, or 5. I'm sorry, 4.9, that's 5. 7 and 5, 7 and 4, 8 and 4. Dog, is he a bust? I don't care. We're gonna keep it all the way 100. Kwame can come for me. I will fry his big head. I will fry him if he come over here with that foolishness. I ain't got no dirt on my name, champ. I'm just trying to let you know. We're gonna keep it all the way 100. Now, as far as life is concerned, yeah, the Bama made money and all that stuff, but does that absolve him from his production? I know he played 12 seasons in the league. I know there was some funny business with his whole arrangement with the team. He explained that Elton Brand, they wanted Elton Brand. They really didn't want him. So that narrative was spin out there. I know that kind of plays into it a little bit. But when I'm looking at the numbers, and to his defense is, you can't really put it all on the numbers because, it's touches, it's playing time, the minutes, when you playing. He's saying, if I'm playing last 5 minutes of the game with the bums, everybody trying to look good for mama, like, how I'm supposed to get buckets?
But let me ask you this question though, on the real. You just I know it's kind of hard to imagine now, but just imagine you're 17 years old. You get drafted by Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time.
All time, okay.
And he is dogging you out day in and day out. Tell me, how are you going to perform on a court in that situation at 17 against the greatest person of all time talking to you like that? Just tell me.
Dog, this is the thing. People cut differently, bro. People cut differently. Now, the way this Bama talking now, like either Mike instilled that in him, because he talking like he got the armor of Samson out here, dog.
He not 17 no more though. That's the difference.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But it just, he talking greasy right now. And I'm just trying to figure out, I'm very competitive, and I don't know what it is to be, Kwame Brown, have all those expectations. I'm not even saying I can compare. But what I'm saying is, people are cut differently. And, while that method of riding, I mean, we know Mike, that's what he did. He did that to all his teammates.
It ain't worked in 20 years since either.
That's what I was getting right.
With him on the
Right.
admin side of things. We're not talking about Mike the player playing with other 30-year-old Bamas. Back in the 70s and not 70s, but 80s and 90s, where dudes was just cut different. Y'all talk about it every day when it come to music, just how
Right.
dudes move around. Just men in general were different in the 80s and 90s versus what it is today. We live in a much more feminine, soft, like everything's acceptable, everybody gets a trophy kind of society.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
it's definitely different. And even from now to then, like the early 2000s is completely different. So Kwame does seem to be making a lot of excuses. He doesn't take any of the onus as far as what he ended up being after being the first round pick. That part I'll say. But he hasn't told a lie yet. So it's like you can be telling the truth and still be you know what I mean? Still not live up to the expectations. So based on being the number one pick, yes, he's a bust. But when you look at his production compared to the minutes, every time his minutes went up, his points went up in rebounds. Then his minutes start going down. Like, why you take a guy number one overall and he's playing 14 minutes a game, then 20 minutes a game the next year? That's unacceptable. If it was somebody other than Jordan pulling the strings on that, we would be kirking. Talk about, like, what's the guy that just left Washington, the GM that everybody hates? Bruce Allen. Like, if that was going on, you know what I mean? Like, with another GM in the area, people would be kirking. But one of the points Kwame made was everybody loved Jordan. I was smart enough not to try to, like, that's an argument he cannot win.
Not win. Period.
Against Jordan?
No.
It's impossible. He's a basketball god, sports god. Like,
Yeah, you got to stay quiet and
you got to
just
play it the way he played it.
whatever. Yeah.
And that's my point. He's 17, dog. 17.
Dog.
A country 17,
Straight
too. Not a big city 17.
Nah.
South Carolina and South Georgia 17. That's a world of difference.
And you got everybody talking about you the way they're talking about you. It's just, to me, it's hard to ever get your footing and confidence. And we've talked about this on the show, even with RG3, and how if you're a black quarterback and you come to this particular franchise, if they don't want you, they're going to make sure they're going to make you damaged goods.
Oh yeah. They gonna slander you, bro.
And they're going to make sure they break you down to the point where when you go somewhere else, you're not going to be productive. So I just feel like it was the same way with Kwame Brown.
So
And the
you
difference-
saying he was in a lose-lose situation?
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of bust, like Anthony Bennett is a bust.
He's a worse bust than Kwame, yes.
Yeah,
But there can be
you're
different
right.
levels to bust. Like,
Yeah,
we call
you're right,
everybody
you're right.
trash. But
You're
Bama,
right, you're
like
right.
her cousin
Dog.
trash, but he getting $200
No,
million.
them numbers was real pedestrian, bro. Like
They are. I'm not going to lie. They are.
I can't even
We
hold
talk about
you,
all the
dog.
time how if I
Them
play
my
20
numbers,
minutes.
dog?
Okay, so how old is he at where he's getting the 30 minutes? So he what, 21? 20, 21? At 20 or 21, if I was getting 30 minutes in a game, you couldn't get 10 points, Harold?
Dog, I'm getting 10 points.
But you
I'm
saw
getting
there though, when you had the stats up just now a
Dog.
second ago, you saw that he didn't play a lot of games either. His games played were not high. I mean, he
not
didn't
high.
he didn't play a full
41,
season. He played like maybe
23, 38, 40, a little bit over half. Yeah, I mean, he said he dealt with a lot of injuries. So, I mean,
And on top of that, like, he doesn't strike, even like listening to the conversations he has now, he doesn't strike me as one of those guys that was obsessed with basketball. And I think that ultimately is what played the biggest part in it, because of course, if you a cooker, we talk about this all the time. It doesn't matter who you with. It doesn't matter how they talking. They try to hide guys that can cook all the time, and we can see it. It flashes on the screen when you're on the court with other guys. He's not one of those guys, which means he shouldn't have been the number one pick overall, which is another fault of Jordan. But
dog,
you get what you got.
let's look at that draft class. They had number 2 pick Tyson Chandler. He had a pretty productive career.
Pull his numbers up.
Overall. His numbers better than Kwame. His numbers is better than Kwame's, dog. He played 20 seasons.
Kwame played 13.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Tyson Chandler, 8 and 9.
6 points, 9
8
points,
9
6
is
points,
average.
8 points. Stop.
I mean, he been
It's the same
serviceable.
ballpark. It's the same ballpark.
So then you got Paul Gasol. Okay, Paul Gasol,
Cooker.
he cooked.
Cooker.
Then you got Eddie Curry, bust. Then Jason Richardson, who was a cooker.
Cooker.
Shane Battier, he had a
Solid.
solid career.
career. Yeah, he did.
Eddie Griffin, get him out of
I don't even
here.
remember him.
Dejana Jop, he ain't
Bust.
make it. Rodney White, he ain't make it. Joe Johnson had a good career. Kendrick Brown, who is he? Vladimir Rachmanovich, he had a couple seasons. Richard Jefferson,
Mm-hmm.
Troy Murphy.
He had a 3 though. His 3 ball was wet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Yeah, on the game. I remember that ball was on the game. Stephen Hunter, Kirk Haston, Michael Bradley. No, it's a lot of bust in this joint. Zach Randolph had a good career.
Yes, he did.
Brendan Haywood was okay. Though it was a lot of bust in this joint.
It was a weak draft. Every time the Wizards get a number 1 or a top pick, a lot of times though, it's the draft is kind of light at the top.
Yeah, Gilbert went in the second. Jamal Tinsley, Tony Parker went
In the
to San
second.
Antonio. Well, the last pick in the first round. So
Okay.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, dog. I mean, I guess he does constitute technically as a bust. But when you factor in life and stuff like that. The Bama winning now, dog. I don't care what you say. The Bama done came up. His YouTube channel took off. He done slandered everybody on TV, made him apologize. The Bama the GOAT right now. So yeah, that's where we at with that. On to some more sports. We got the NBA playoffs is happening right now. And it's been wild, dog. It's been wild playoffs. Hold on. We're gonna get to the. So hold on before you start coughing. Can I get my props for the Trae Young?
Whoa.
Can I
was
get
in
my
here slandering Trae Young? Around draft
Everybody
time.
wasn't high on Trae Young.
Yeah, I wasn't high on him.
Oh, it was Droffin. Okay.
But
I thought that
again,
was you,
I'm
Harold.
not basketball.
That was Luka that Harold was slandering.
Yeah, I was slandering Luka. That Bama real. Dog, the Bama Trae Young had Spike and all the Bamas in New York looking real funny. That Bama is a cooker. He's a cooker. And I think his game, I've seen, like, when he first came to the league, Bama was jacking a bunch of threes. Bama was calling him Steph and all like that. Dog, his game right now, he's doing everything right. Bama go to the rack. He can pass the rock. He can do the little floater, Joe. He done mastered that. He done mastered the floater. Yeah. And then the Bama can cash out too, but he just pick and choose. Like, he just real methodical how he play. What's up, Shane? So I'm telling you, that Bama can do it, dog. And the Knicks are in trouble. They are in trouble. I like the Knicks. I thought they was the number 1 defensive team. I mean, statistically they were this year. Shout out to my man Tuck. But I think Atlanta might got their number, dog. Who y'all got in this series?
It's hard to say because it's only one game. You know what I mean? And that game was nip and tuck. It wasn't like it took Trae Young to do what he did at the end of the game for them to win it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just I can't call it. I just feel like this is a perfectly matchup. I feel like this is the team though, out of all the teams where the Knicks could have played, this is the most favorable matchup for them to go to the next round. But I can't even tell you who's gonna go next. I want to say the Knicks because I just haven't seen them in the playoffs in a very long time and be successful.
It's good to see the Knicks. I mean, now you got fans in the jump. It's noticeable that there's fans in at the games. And I like the Knicks. I like the energy and excitement. I mean, of course, they had the stars in the building, Tracy Morgan and Spike and all like that. They got to go. But it's ironic. A year and some change ago, these Bama's are slandering. I'm never going back to MSG. I'm not messing with Dolan and all that. Now the Bama's front row, like, ain't nothing happened, dog.
Jimmy Dolan. I remember
Shake
that.
and bake. These Bama's slandered. Oh, you did my man. You and dirty. Y'all kicked him out. Oh, you make me go through a different interest and all. The Bama's back like they ain't never left, dog. It just, I mean, Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in that series, but I like Atlanta's chances, though. I
Yeah,
really do.
without
I
question.
really like Atlanta. I think they got a nice squad. They got shooters. They got, bigs that are versatile. And then you got a cooker and Trey Young who can facilitate, who can score, who can shoot. I like the Derrick Rose comeback story. All that's nice. I like Julius Randle. He been balling out this year. All that's nice. They got young dudes, Quirkley and some of the other guys on the team. That's nice. But
RJ
if
Barrett.
Atlanta get another one, it might be Rap City in the basement for them dudes. You might holler at them. Other matchups, you have the Lakers matched up against the Suns, though. Other night, it was a scuffle on the floor. Chris Paul, why is this Bama can't stay healthy, dog? Every playoffs, this Bama get injured.
Every time.
So luckily, he's not on the injury report this tonight. He's playing. The other day, he boxed out LeBron, as you can see, and LeBron on the dog. Why does Bama be acting so much, dog? And you got Harrell and what is it, Cameron Payne, fake beefing. Joan just silly, dog. It's just silly. The NBA is so soft these days.
When I watched that box out, I didn't think it was
egregious.
Yeah, I didn't. They were talking about it could be a flagrant one. I was like, I
No,
don't
the
see
Bama
it.
was flopping though.
Yeah, he just
did
got boxed out.
All that squirming on the ground to try to make it seem like it was extra, dog, because he know he got the price tag on. You know what I'm saying? He got the price tag on. So the Suns get game one. Do they get another one?
If Anthony Davis don't show up, they get another game.
Oh, Anthony Davis play like some garbage, dog. Is he hurt?
I mean, I feel like they were just playing them well. He just, you know what I'm saying? They played them really well defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And that young boy in Phoenix, I forget his name.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
Ayton.
He played him tough.
Yeah, he did. He definitely played him tough.
And I think that's the key, because LeBron in his career, yes, he could put up points, but he's not.
He need a number two.
Yeah, he needs a guy that could be
he need a D-Wade. He need a Kyrie. He need him.
And I just don't see it. I don't see him. I can see Phoenix getting another game. Let's just put it like that. I can see Phoenix getting another game. That team is loaded, it seems like, and they play very well together. That's like a team, a basketball team, almost like how, not saying they're the Warriors, but it's very similar in how they play as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even with Devin Booker and the way he plays. I mean, he's on the rise, man, to be the next guy, man, Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker got game, though. He definitely got game.
So you still locked in on the Lakers getting this W in this series?
Dog, Stern's orders, dog, will always prevail, dog.
So minus Stern orders.
Speaking of Stern's orders, what time the Warriors play? I ain't see him on my schedule Sunday or Monday.
Hey, go ahead, dog.
What time?
The Warriors ain't make it, dog. They ain't make it.
Then I went to order wings to watch the Warriors game. I ain't see, it wasn't no money in my Cash App. I couldn't order no wings. It's crazy out here in 2020.
Let me go ahead cash out, dog. Let me go ahead cash out, yeah. I gotta cash out, yeah. We got that. Listen. Before we get into that I do owe the bread. Don't worry, I'm pay up.
But I was gonna order double order wings. And it wasn't no money in the Cash App.
No,
just your money. That other money wasn't in there either.
Hey,
what's going on?
What money you talking about, dog?
Bad was just be betting and disappear, man. I don't know what's going on.
Somebody gotta make you whole, huh? I got you.
Yo,
Paul Mooney gone. It's only one Negrodamus left, dog. Where the bread
at? Dog, man, look, I'm gonna pay my bread, dog. I ain't about to be. I ain't about to be out here owing, dog. I ain't about to be owing. I don't need no payday loans or nothing, dog. I'm not trying to be strapped tight. 76ers at the Wizards, dog. Can we fire Scott Brooks? Is it time to get rid of him?
You didn't want to have a good performance and he get an extension, though. This is about what you expected. They played tough.
Scott Brooks got to be fired immediately. Dog, they didn't play. Listen, they could have won the game. You know why they lost? Terrible coaching, dog. Terrible coaching. They come out of timeouts and don't have no plays. They let Tobias Harris go for 37. Dog, what is y'all doing?
The same thing they've been doing for 6 years.
And it's just like they get a lead, and then it's like, all right, arcade mode with the video game, and then Bama just start jacking shots from all over the floor. It don't make no sense to me. It's like when they get a lead, it's almost like they be like, all right, young, do whatever you want to do now. Westbrook start jacking shots. It just.
But they couldn't stop Embiid, though. I mean, when you watch the game, Embiid was just dogging.
But that's going to happen, though, D.
Philly's a better team.
You can't stop Embiid.
They are, yeah.
Philly's a better team.
They're a better coach team, too.
But they got better talent.
Because you got the worst coach in the league. Everybody they play would be a better coach team.
Dog, can you fire a coach in the middle of the playoffs? Is that possible?
No, you can't do that.
Ted don't have.
Because I'm telling you, they will play better without that Bama, dog. Because he's non-existent to begin with. He don't have no plays out of the timeouts. He doesn't have any plays in crucial, critical moments of the games. He doesn't have an offense for them to sustain leads. Every third quarter from the beginning of his tenure to now, they've lost at least, and I'm just throwing a random arbitrary number out there because I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure it's in the 80 percentile range that they've lost 80% of third quarters since he's been here. So for whatever reason, in the third quarter, these Bamas fall apart for whatever reason.
That's exactly what it is.
So again, the Bama don't know how to coach. He don't even know how to make adjustments. Every third quarter, from the beginning of your time to now, you lose just about every third quarter, dog. That's ridiculous. Every time I look up after halftime, third quarter, they had a lead. The Jones is 0. They were tied, or the game was close at halftime. They come out at halftime, they down by 12 going into the fourth. Somehow, some way, they down. It just don't make any sense. And I'm through with Scott Brooks, though. Now, some people are optimistic that the Wizards will make it out of the first round.
Really?
Is it happening?
Really?
Who was optimistic?
I said something. I'm getting tweets.
Wings?
Oh, yeah.
Wings?
I'm getting tweets. If the Wizards make it through the first round, we're gonna need issued apologies.
But what they gonna do when we write again?
Right.
They disappear like they always do. I'm still waiting on that Kirk Cousins rebuttal from Goofy online.
Bama's was hyped because they won the playing game. Now they playing a team that's just better coached and
better talent. It's just a better team overall. Yeah. I feel like they gave good effort, and that's the thing. Every time they play Philly this year, every game has been within 3 points. So it's not like Philly has ever blown the Wizards out. I think it's a good matchup, but I just think because of the way they're coached and because of their talent and their experience in the playoffs, I just feel like they're going to have that edge that's going to ultimately win them the series in this situation. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, and the emphasis on coaching is even brighter when you're talking about playing in close games. When you're talking about 1 or 2 possession games down the stretch and the game is close, that's where it becomes really, really glaring when the guy doesn't have a clue. Whether it be subs, plays out of timeout, it's just, you can tell they're outmatched. And when you're in that situation, you're going to lose every time.
Dog, I had this week, shout out my man Van. He texted me after the game, was like, dog, Coach Brooks got to go. He not even a Wizards fan. He a Lakers fan, but he a hooper, ex-hooper. They Bama ride bikes now. But I'm just saying, like, dog, it's so glaring. The deficiencies from a coaching standpoint. So glaring. And they would have a chance to win if they just had better coaching. It's simple in my mind. It's simple.
But it's one game. You still got potentially 6 more left to see what's going to happen.
Potentially.
All right.
That's the
We're
key.
going to see. We're gonna see. All right, Bucks at Miami. Miami Heat, they looking like they about to be done. It's 2-0. The Bucks went hamburger no cheese last night. Giannis, Bama, Brian Forbes went hamburger no cheese. Bama was shooting out the gym. I think that Joe might be finished. If the Bucks get one more, holler at you, Slim. It's too hard to come back from 3-0.
Yeah, 2-0 was tough, but yeah, 3-0 would be even worse. And I feel like Jimmy Butler needs to. I know he's a team guy. You said what?
Come to the Wizards.
It's like I don't know if he needs to just be a little more selfish. Like it's just been looking bad, or is the Bucks just kind of have the perfect opponent for them in the first round? Because it's just like last night's game. I was like, man, I couldn't even watch it because it was just a blowout. Just beating
they beat the brakes off them Bama's though early. At a Bayou, that Bama looks like he's still hurt or dealing with injuries because his whole like body language just don't look
his
like
energy ain't right.
His energy ain't right, dog. Because last year the Bama was looking sprightly in the legs, like he was getting up, grab rebounds, dunking on Bama's, all types. Now he just looked like he going through the motions, dog. I don't know if he got a young and pregnant down Miami. That Joe messing with a scramble in his mind. I don't know. He just don't look like he there. So they done in my book. I got the Milwaukee Bucks advancing. Brooklyn Nets and the Celtics. I just feel like they just outmatched. The Celtics just outmatched.
Right. Period.
I mean, Celtics got ballers. Shout out to Jalen. Was it Jason Tatum? But dog, without Jalen Brown, young, you don't have enough. Marcus Smart is your secondary dude. You're not going. He a defender, dog. You're not going to win that way. So I mean, if you got what's his name? What's the point guard? They used to play with Jordan and them. I can't think of his name.
Which one? Ron Hopper? John Paxson?
No,
BJ Armstrong?
No. He used to play with the Hornets. Kemba Walker, dog. Yeah, Walker. I mean, he's streaky. Some days he be cooking, some days he just not there. And I think the Nets got a 1-0 lead. I think it goes 2-0. And then it's downhill from there.
Danny Ainge fun that joint. They had
a roster. Yeah, they did have a roster, dog. They definitely had a roster. I got breaking news. I love this when this happened. I gotta check my sources because I gotta make sure. Sometimes stuff be coming through. I see tweets and I can't really trust the tweets. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes to make sure that Joe legitimized.
Julio?
Because nah.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
We're gonna get into Julio though. We're gonna get into Julio. But nonetheless, you got Luka Doncic, who's the cooker I never saw cooking, and the Clippers. They up 1-0 on the Clippers. Is that series gonna go 7? It's gonna go 7. I can't see the Clippers losing 2 in a row. Can y'all?
I mean, they're gonna win the series.
Are they?
The Mavs don't have enough, dog. They don't have enough. It's Luka and it's Luka.
Yeah, because
and then Porzingis when his leg not hurting, and then he sometimes. And I know they got some other players, but I just don't. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can win it on Luka's heart because that Bama just be playing with the heart of like a champion, dog. He carrying that team on his back, so I don't know if he got enough to do it, but I think it'll go 7. You got the Jazz and the Grizzlies. What's up with Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks, dog? And them Bama's the future?
Cooker.
Dylan Brooks be getting on my nerves, dog. That Bama be doing an extra flexing. But young, when you strap up and you be like doing work, I mean, I can't even take it. I can't hate on your shine. But Ja Morant is the truth, though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yes, it is.
You still would have took Zion over him?
No.
No.
What time?
But you know, I got recency bias though. You know me, I'm just The Bama who cooking today. That's who I'm with. Like, I don't care
At
about.
least you are.
Right.
You already know how I get down, dog. Bama cook today. That Bama the best in the world. Like, I just forget everything else. So, I mean, Ja is showing that he's a problem
With less talent than Zion has on the Pelicans.
with less talent. Yeah, that's a fact. And you can't even say coaching, none of that stuff, because this Bama literally like, who's the Grizzlies coach? Bama's don't even know. So yeah, I gotta give props where props is due, young. I mean, Ja is a problem. He's definitely a problem. Do they beat the Jazz though? Do they upset the Jazz?
Probably not, but I think they got a chance.
Okay. Right now, Grizzlies up 1-0. I don't know how that's gonna pan out. Denver Nuggets at Portland.
This one,
Portland, dog. This Joe might go 7.
if the
Dog,
Lakers and the Clippers act funny in these playoffs, don't be surprised.
dog. This Bama Dame be pulling out from the logo, dog. Yeah, this Bama J work is so crazy. He had 42. They lost. But the Bama J work is insane. To me, and I've said it before, next to Steph, he the best long-range shooter. Next to Steph. Like, this Bama is a problem when it comes to shooting the basketball. I think that series goes 7. I'm rocking with Portland in that zone. I mean, of course, Jokic is a problem, and you got to deal with him. But I just feel like Dame and their team, the players they got, it's just better. So I think they'll emerge out of that crop. Yeah. So on to some NFL news. So the other day, Julio's on Undisputed. Did they script this, Joe? You think they scripted it?
They had to, because it's illegal to just record a Bama without telling them on national. You can't just record them on national TV.
Dog, he calls him, and then Julio picks up. And so first they call him, and then Skip Bayless is like, I don't know if he's gonna pick up. You think he's gonna pick up? Like, I hope he picks up. And then Shannon's like, my man gonna pick up. He gonna pick up. And then Julio answers, and he's like, what's up? And then he's like, hey, he's like, Julio, you going to he said something like, you going to Dallas, or you
first he asked him how
of
things doing and what's going on with Atlanta. He like, I'm out of there.
Yeah, I'm out of there. So then he asked him about Dallas, and he's like, I want to go to a contender. I want to go somewhere that can contend.
Now he said, I want to win.
I want to win. Thanks for the correction. Then he was spotted at the Boston airport.
He don't have hair no more. That's not him.
That's not him.
Oh, stop. You just picked a Joe
That's
you
not
just found a dark
Julio,
nigga with dreads and just threw him up there. Dog, that's racist. If the white boys did that, we'd be like, dog, that is ridiculous.
That's not Julio, dog. Who is this Batman?
This Batman had hair in 7-8 seasons, dog. He got the low season.
Batman, dog? Is he going to?
Oh, so you typed in Google, you typed Julio Jones, and you saw Bama with dreads, and just pulled the picture down?
The joke came to. That's why I said the Twitter joke. They'll lead you down the. Dog, they'll lead you astray. Easy, young. Yeah, young. I ain't even vet the joke. I just like Julio at the airport. All right, bet. Throw it into the. So, but I mean, Boston, New England is one of the landing spots that he's been discussed, having conversations with Bill Belichick and stuff like that. Where do you think he ends up? I mean, there was this Instagram picture that DeAndre Hopkins posted, and as you can see, it's AJ Green, Michael Irvin, who don't play no more, DeAndre Hopkins, and then Julio. And the caption on the picture on Instagram, DeAndre Hopkins says, Remember when we talked about it?
Hmm.
Almost like trying to get him to like consider Arizona. Now, will the Atlanta Falcons trade Julio Jones? And will Julio end up where he wants to end up?
It sounds like they're going to have to because he's publicly said that, and you never hear anything from Julio.
Right.
So the fact that he says I'm out of there, that basically drops some of their leverage off the rip. Because at first they were talking about not trading him in the NFC, and they need to get a one. Now they're scrambling, trying to figure out how to get the most that they can get. So I think he's definitely out of there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
What spot? Arizona?
New England, I think, would be vicious. Green Bay.
That'd be
with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Green Bay.
He's gonna end up back there.
Not with Jordan Love. Green Bay.
Oh no.
He said he wants to win. Yep, San Fran. That's another good contender. But look, even Hopkins has said he is willing to take a pay cut or restructure his contract so that they can actually get Julio to Arizona. So, so he's willing to go out and change his money up just to get him on the team with them. So you're gonna have him and D Hop and I don't know if Fitzgerald's coming back, but
you got to if you hit Julio back, you coming back for that joint.
I'm back, dog. I'm be on the staff as the wide receivers coach or something, though. You got to come back.
He don't have a lot of seasons left. He's 32 years old. I mean, how much longer do you believe he's going to be in the league?
Yeah, you're right.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
But you also got to believe in the organization that they can actually win.
Correct. That's why he made that statement. He knows if he goes to Dallas,
I don't know about Arizona.
I agree.
I mean, on paper, that jump will be official. I'm definitely picking them every time I play Madden if the Bama's on the team. But I don't know.
As a team, are they going to be able to go to the
Kingsbury?
Chip? Right.
You trust him and his I like Kyler Murray. Don't get it twisted. He can do a lot of things, but he can't play defense. I don't know, dog. The bet Dallas, they set to win the chip every year, and them Bama's falter. So
they already loaded at wide receiver. I don't understand where
he would
money
fit.
will come from one, but yeah, like
where does he fit on the roster? It just doesn't make sense.
Washington. How about Washington?
That's not a chip.
I think that would be perfect. But Ryan Fitzpatrick already throwing picks in OTAs, so what you gonna do with? You say you want to win? Is that what you?
That's what I'm saying.
Looking at
right.
As a quarterback, yes, because you can change that entire offense. But as a wide receiver, do you want to come to a defense?
Dog, Julio in Washington, that turns our offense from a C- to a B+. That's a significant jump.
It is. But y'all don't like big receivers anyway. Y'all like them 5'10".
The Ike Bites.
Yeah.
Ike Bites. I mean, yeah, listen, we could get him on the team. I would love it. But is it plausible? What's up, Miguel? Is it plausible? Is it likely? Nah, it's not likely. I mean, if you're looking for contenders, we not at the top of the list.
What
it
about?
It seem like Ron's and Mo to trade like high picks to get players to come in,
especially aging ones. I just don't. What about Baltimore?
That would be perfect. They have the money too. That would be perfect. But I don't think they like receivers. Not good ones.
They don't like receivers, dog. They don't like receivers, and they don't have an eye for receivers, dog. They done picked a basket catcher, dog.
Bro,
Lamar got to get involved. Lamar got to get involved and go to the front office like, look, we got to do something here. You keep giving me these basket catching 50-50 type receivers, like we got to do something here. Because he's going to take the blame for everything that happens there. Nobody's going to say, oh, he didn't have receivers or this wasn't taking place or that taking place. They're just going to focus on Lamar. He's not developing. He's this, he's that. If they don't win, it's going to go on him. So he has to take
Baltimore on the humble would be the best spot.
It'd be vicious.
Because one, they need help a receiver. We all know that.
Desperately.
2, if he's in Baltimore with that defense is a problem. The coaching, I mean, the offensive coaching is a little suspect, but if you're trying to open up the offense in the passing game, you just brought in a weapon to make that a whole lot easier, dog. Yeah, that would be a power move, young. Colts, what about the Colts?
They could use him. He's vicious, dog. He could go anywhere and help the team. It's like we were talking about with A-Rod. Wherever he goes, the wide receiver room gets better. The offense
automatic.
But is a Colts a contender though? If you want to go to a contender, I just
Dog, it's only a few real contenders.
And I just feel like in Baltimore and just I don't know. To me, Baltimore would be the move, man. In my opinion, that's a contender.
Yeah, they're definitely contenders.
And you the one off the rip.
As
soon as you show up, you the one there.
Right. And his physical play matches the type of physical team they have. You know what I'm trying to say?
You're going to help that offense leaps and bounds. That offense is going. The run game is going to be better.
Right.
That like everything is going to be better. The guys you do have that are fast, they can get you everything. You saw what Julio did for what's his name for in Atlanta. What's the
Matt Ryan?
No, the other wide receiver.
Oh, really?
Really. Hook really did numbers.
And even the other dude, White, Roddy White, when he was there, he was looking like a bust for a high second. And I know part of that was Mike Vick no longer being the quarterback, but Julio being there, and he all of a sudden started looking like he could be a 1.
Yeah, Julio's a problem, dog. I guess they're going to try to move him quick.
You giving up a 2 for 2 years of Julio?
Yeah. No brainer, dog. Yeah, I give up a 2. I ain't giving up a 1, though. No. I give up a 2. I give up 2 2s.
For 2 years. That's a 2 per season that you're getting out of Julio.
Woo, you better.
You got to win.
Yeah, you have to.
But if I'm like the Baltimore Ravens or somebody like that, I'm doing it.
I thought you were talking about Washington.
Yeah. No, I'll do it in Washington too. I do 2 2.
But you're not going to the chip in them 2 seasons though.
You're not going to the chip. But you gonna appease the fans. You're gonna sell a lot of jerseys. Everybody gonna be happy.
Till you 8-8.
You're not gonna be 8-8, dog. You're not gonna be 8-8.
Y'all putting a lot of stock on Ryan Fitzpatrick being something, just showing up to a team and just being this thing to lift all the sales.
All right, let's get into it, dog. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're not even gonna waste no time. Washington football team, you know. Let's get into it. We was gonna talk. We gotta, as we wrap up the show, it's a long season. We got a lot of games, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and get the records out the way, yeah. Let's go ahead and get the records out the way. You got the preseason, which don't really matter. You got the Chargers at Washington, first game of the year, 1 p.m. Who y'all got?
Where's the game?
In Washington, 1 p.m.
Give me Washington.
That's hard.
I ain't got Washington.
I guess so. I guess Washington.
I'm writing this down so we could do the.
Well, we got, but I mean, you got to wait for the season to start. Bama's can get hurt.
Nah, we're gonna reflect back.
Bama's get hurt. A lot can happen between now and the start of the season.
Every year it happened. We do it anyway.
Nah, not this early. Stop.
Giants, your boys, D. Giants at Washington.
2-0.
You know, I'm already picking against them, so
2-0 when the Super Bowl talk starts.
2-0? Stop it. It's not. I don't even think we beat the Giants, honestly.
You will.
Washington at the Bills. That's their first
Bills.
L? Bills. Okay. First L's. We all
yeah, Bills all day.
Saints at Washington, October 10th.
Washington.
Over the Saints?
Breeze ain't walking through that door.
This ain't the same Saints no more.
It's not, but it's
the defense is real, dog. The defense is real. They are not about to let that white boy come in there and do this wing T offense that this Batman Sean Payton think he about to run. The wishbone, no sir.
Not gonna work.
The defense is real.
Okay. All right. So 3-1 through
3-1.
4. All right. Then you got the Chiefs at Washington.
Do we have to do this?
Really?
It's just the game. All right.
He ain't that good.
Washington,
Pause. We got
Washington at Packers.
Packers.
Even that's close.
With Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers not playing, dog.
It's a lot of right now. It's a lot of question marks.
He didn't show up,
man.
dog. He not showing up.
He's softening up his stance, dog. He's playing.
Okay. Washington at Broncos.
Oh, that's
that's Washington. That's Washington. Yeah, that's Washington.
No, 4-3.
Okay. Bucks at Washington. Revenge game.
4-4.
No Heineke though in that jump.
Okay. 4-4. Washington at Panthers.
That's a lock. 5-4.
That's the Thanksgiving jump.
That's I got Washington on that.
Okay. Seahawks at Washington.
5-5.
Monday night jump. Let's see. I'm going Seahawks. Even though Russell Wilson disgruntled right now.
Big time. Like most of these franchise quarterbacks are.
Yeah, but he'll be out there playing. So y'all got Washington. Everybody going Washington?
Yeah. No, hell no. Seattle. 5-5.
Washington at Raiders.
That's tough.
This is one of them tricky ones. This is one of them jumps you should win, but you end up losing because you
travel. Give me Washington. They're a grown man team now. Give me Washington. No more of the fluky flip. 6-5.
All right. Cowboys at Washington.
Washington.
Dak Prescott, healthy. They saved this jump to the end.
6-6.
Give me Washington on that one.
I got the Cowboys, man. They about to wash us. Shout out to Jeremy. The Cowboys gonna wash us. Eagles at Washington.
Washington.
7-6.
Washington at Cowboys.
They're gonna get one of them.
Yeah, I about to say they're gonna split. So this one be Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys win again, though. All right, Eagles at Washington.
9-6.
What?
I got why. I don't trust the Eagles enough yet to say. And again, because the season is just what it is. We haven't even started.
Their head coach is JV. That's gonna blow up in their face.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not getting the game from Washington.
Yeah, you're right. Washington at Giants. Final game of the season.
4 games in a row. Tennis. Hold up. I thought it's 17 games now, right?
It's 17.
That's it.
So there's 18 weeks, but 17 games. I thought.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So 11-6.
So Aaron, you got to recant. Aaron. You saying
it got to play out? We talking about on paper, D. This is Washington. we got Fitzpatrick at QB. That's what the expectation is.
We're gonna see where this is gonna be when the season starts and we picking our picks. We're gonna see where this is gonna actually be.
After
come
week
season
one,
time.
I'm about to throw all my gear in the trash, dog. These Bams going. I may even do one or two things. Y'all already know how I go. Them Bams are either going to cook to where I'm gonna be so hyped. I'm gonna come on this John Kirkin and all burgundy and gold, or they're gonna be some trash and have me so heated that I'm just be done with the squad, dog. Cause I'm a prisoner at a moment, dog. So either they cook or they some trash. If they some trash, then they some trash. I'm just calling them trash. If they cook, I'm like, oh yeah, they cook. So hopefully, what you call ain't show up to training camp yet. Chase Young, is you concerned?
But that's it ain't training camp.
It's OTAs, yeah.
When you super elite, you do what you want. You come to the mandatory stuff.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a long season, bro.
Yeah, you're right, dog. I never used to go to the little practices jumps for like little teams and stuff. I just like winning games.
Little team lifting sessions and stuff like that.
Dog. Yeah. Plus, when you walk in the door, everybody knows levels to it because they just be like, yeah, this Batman is real. So, yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah. That's all we got, man, for today. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to Lance J Radio, Free Agent Radio. Shout out to I'm drawing a blank, young. Where's Buffy podcast? All my folks over there. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Christian, Todd, Pat, my man Pat, young, he going down to Miami, a school coach down in Miami now, dog. So I had to pray for my man down that jump. About to get wild.
You got to pray for me come Friday.
Oh, you out in the streets?
I'm out here. I'm playing ball for the first time Saturday too. Yeah. Full immunity as of Friday. So I'm in the gym Saturday hold on, morning.
You hooping?
Yes, dog. Like I never left.
Dog, you hooping with the mask or you going no mask?
No, I'm masking up. I'm that Dre like Bane.
Dog, they need to make a hoop friendly mask, yeah. So
that's what I got. The Under Armour.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So what did y'all look like? It got like holes in it so you
like
can
a
breathe.
Mortal Kombat type joint, like the Scorpion type.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll let you know how it go.
Yeah, let me know how that
retirement ceremony.
I
play ball in the year.
No, be safe out there, champ. Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Please,
I ain't stretching this week. I ain't eating right. I'm just showing up. Like,
oh wow,
dog, you're not even doing no warm up.
I'm 40 pounds heavier too since the last time I played ball.
Oh, you posting up? Hey, you got Epsom salt, dog, in your house? Yeah, get the Epsom salt.
Yeah.
Dog,
yeah.
I went and played softball the other week, young. I felt like I was in a car accident, dog. I mean, and it's softball, so it ain't you just catching and stuff. So it was funny. Like when I went to the first game, people was like it was a couple dudes on the team that I know from like when I played before. So I ain't played softball in like 3 years. Yeah, it's been a minute. So when I show up, the Bama's on the team that I know that played on my other team, they sizing me. Oh, this Bama nice. He vicious. This Bama can catch everything. He like Kenny Lofton out there. Woo, woo. so I'm in the jump. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, young, I got to like show up. But I'm also thinking like, dog, only thing I've been doing for the last 3 years is swinging golf clubs, dog. So I'm like, literally, my athleticism is still like somewhere tucked away, but I just haven't been utilizing it. So I get out there on the field. They like, the Bama's like, yeah, put him in right center. That's like where all the action, like that's where everybody right-handed hitters, they hit it like left center. All the balls is coming to you, essentially. So I'm like, dog, y'all want to do that? I'm like, they're like, yeah, young, you got it. So I get out that jump first, like maybe like the second batter. Bama cranks one high in the air right to me. I'm like this. I put my hand up. That jump just bink hit off my glove and just fall on the ground, yeah. That stuff kirking. I'm on Kwame Brown out this jump. I picked the jump up. And like, you know, when you drop the ball, you got to pick it up and throw it fast, like into the infield to like hurry up and like compensate for your terribleness. It's like when a Bama dunk on you, you just go and just inbound the ball real quick so Bama's can try to forget. So most of the team is Caucasian dudes out the jump. So like I don't know if y'all been like, you ever played on a team where it's mostly white guys on the team, you the only black dude, so they expect you to be like superhuman. Like they're like mistakes ain't even in they like they it's weird how one day we might talk about like just how like some of the stereotypes with like us and athleticism and stuff. It's not even fair. So I dropped the ball, I throw the joint in. So the pitcher, this Bama looked like I dropped this baby on the floor, dog. That Bama looked like I can't believe he dropped it. You told me it was good. Like he didn't say that, but that's how his face looked. And like I'm like, dog. So you know, of course, that's what I was saying earlier in the show. Like people respond to stuff differently. So instead of like, I'm like, dog, I gotta show this Bama I'm really a cooker. So like the next, I was like, I went to the dugout and I told the team, I was like, hey, look, my bad on the drop. So Bama's try to fake like they wasn't mad at it. They try to fake because you know how they, dog, it's okay, young, you'll get them next time, all that stuff. So I just told, I said, young, keep all that. Ain't no next time. I'll never drop another like ball again. So Bama's kind of look because the way I said it, like I meant it. So they look like, who is this Bama? So then the next, like, a couple plays later, I scaled the wall like Kenny Lofton, Courtney Jones scooped it up.
Bama about to tear his other
Right. No, that's it. But I'm competitive, though.
Diving.
Like my competitive diving, doing the most. The next day, though, I almost had to check in at Washington Adventist Hospital.
He was there. He about to be at right time, nighttime.
Yeah, I'm about to be DC General. At the
Greater Southeast.
Greater South. Bro, I couldn't even get out the bed. Yeah, dog, when the last time you overslept? Like you overslept because your body hurt, dog. I couldn't get up, young. Baby was crying in the gym. I slept through it. I ain't even hear the baby cry. I was hurt, bro. I was hurt. So I play every other week. I don't play. I got to take a week off. I got to play every other week. I told Obama, like, yeah, I'm pay you half on the bread because I can't play every week. He was like, all right. But yeah, so that's how I go, young. Yeah, follow us at OSS 980, Other Side of Sports. Share the content. Please, we need your support. You want to donate to the Cash App, go ahead, OSS 980. It's all going back into the people. We just trying to get back. You can send us to Kwame. If you want to go toe-to-toe, slander and Joan and all that stuff, bring it on. I won't even say a cuss word, and I will fry him. I'm gonna just let you know now, dog. I ain't Stephen A. Smith. I ain't coon. I ain't got a coon chip in me. None of that stuff. I ain't light skinned. You know what I'm saying? I got big teeth. All that. You can come if you want. I will fry you, dog. I'm a master joner. Master. I don't joke like that no more because people can't take it. But
lies. You had a all-star performance was about 3 years ago.
Dog, Chris, dog, I'm telling you, I got a PhD in joning. I just haven't been practicing, dog. I shut my practice down because that's not how the Lord want me living. But if Babel want to jump out there, I can show you. I still got all of it. I still got it. But nah, young, it's all love. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to go ahead. It's Kwame Brown. I'm just joking, but I'm serious too. Follow us, share the content, and we out.